Here we go.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to another video on Egal Talks Football. Today, we're going to be doing the game week 4 Premier League predictions. And of course, there's some crazy transfer news going on every single day as the transfer window gets closer and closer to winding down. As Tottenham have been knocked out of the cup, they are now going to be looking to get another youngster coming in, as they could go to Barcelona to get Ansu Fati. Liverpool are looking for a DM still, but it looks like they might be getting Ryan Gravenberch from Bayern Munich. He's not a DM, but he's a midfielder, so they're bringing somebody in. And Manchester City are letting Cole Palmer leave to Chelsea to bring in Matheus Nunes. Have Man City just gone from having an underwhelming transfer window to one of the best transfer windows this season in the league? That's something we got to talk about. And Manchester United have just got a left back from Chelsea, Cucurella. Plus, Amrabat might be coming in. We got a great panel for you guys today. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you haven't already done so, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from and how you're feeling today. But we got a good panel. We got my guy Kaz in the building. Kaz, how you doing?
Doing fine, man. Just my club just being insulting as per usual. You know, what can I say? They lowballed it. This that. See that loan deal? That's not even a lowball. That's just the punch in the bollocks. Like it's a little bit like, what's it called? What's the guy back in Dubois? Isn't it? It's like Dubois with a low blow, even though it wasn't really one for what's it called? For Usyk. But
the fight the other day, yeah.
It's what it is, man. That's my club. Look, they do this thing. We all know it. Crap offer, get desperate at the end. They want 25 million. We end up giving 35 million as an obligation or something like that, and it'll get done. Because that's how my clubs run, man.
You're gonna still get Amrabat somehow, some way.
It is
what it is, but don't worry about it. We'll talk about it. And you know what? You face Arsenal this weekend, so it could get worse.
Yeah, no, it's gonna get weird when we beat you, man. And take points. So.
We'll see. You'll love that. We got George in the building. George, what's good, bro? Your team doing business, and you guys bro. It's August. You already bought all the trophies. Crazy, eh?
I mean, yeah, no, things ain't looking great on that side of things, but it's not too bad as a Tottenham fan. As you said, unbeaten start to the Premier League season. Another win looking like we're gonna get this weekend. So yeah, man, it's not all so bad. And let me just remind Cass one thing: the only midfielder you're gonna be getting is the Danish one, and it's the #1 target from Ten Hag. Yeah, I'm a Højbjerg, man.
Oh, Højbjerg.
We both know that's not true, though,
bro. What happened to your shamelessness? Højbjerg used to be.
I know they want the link up, man. They want Højlund, they want Eriksson, they want Højbjerg. They're just trying to get the Danes together, man. You already know about no talent ID. This goes for people of his friends, man.
All right, let's bring him in.
And next we got Cole Palmer is headed to his club. I wonder how Andrew feels about Cole Palmer headed to his club.
I'm okay. I'm not overreacting like some of my baby fans are online because they thought they were getting emergency. Like they thought they were getting like they were thought we were getting Musiala or something like yesterday. I mean, I don't know how these guys' minds work, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Cole Palmer. If you ask Chelsea fans yesterday how they rate Cole Palmer, they would have said he was a good player. Now apparently he's not. So, you know, that's what happens.
Very reactionary. And we got Ram in the building. As he knows, his team, Liverpool, are very non-reactionary as they don't do anything in the windows over the last couple of years. But how are you feeling, bro? It looks like you might get a midfielder. You should be hyped.
Should I? I want a DM and I'm getting sent to midfielder, bro. After everything that happened on Sunday, I'm back to feeling like a piece of shit right now. I'm done. We've been done, man. I'm done.
You know what? Big up everyone in the comment section. People talking about Cucurella. People talking about the intro is old. Yeah, I need to get a new intro. I'm gonna be working on that. I'm gonna get a new intro very soon. Big up to me, Ahmed. There's not too much Arsenal transfer news, but we're gonna talk about some stuff. We got some people shout out in Kaz. Of course, don't forget Kaz's Never a Foul link is in the description, so you can also make sure you go over there and subscribe to their channel, as I will be on there later today at around 11 o'clock. As we'll be talking about a bunch of things also over there. But yeah, I think we should start with Liverpool, guys, because this gravenberch stuff is kind of taking over. And Mo Salah, surely he's not leaving. We already know that. But this Liverpool right now, you guys are a mess, bro. What's going on? You were supposed to have this great window. You're supposed to be back in the title challenge. What happened to you guys?
Bad planning, bad negotiations, everything just bad, man. Just bad. Jürgen Schmatke was showing so much promise at the start. Thought he could do a little something, but nah, he just bottled it as usual. And my club is a joke. When it comes to transfer windows, my club is a joke. And this signing, I'm going to be straight up and honest. We don't need him. I don't know why we're getting him. And personally, if we're going to get someone like him, I don't want him. You know, if we're getting a centre midfielder, I don't want Gravenberch, man. I don't see how he can fit our system. I don't see what he would bring that will elevate us to another level. It's all this total football BS, bro. Like because he's 6'4", he has played it as a DM. We think he can do it, but no, man, no. He doesn't have the mindset. He doesn't have the intelligence to play as a lone DM for Liverpool. Like it's just poor.
You know, you might be doing Man United a favor, like, because you know they're rumored that they're very much interested in Scott McTominay, innit? Pay up, Bayern. I'm waiting. Go get your Gravenberch, because I'm waiting.
I heard they get Palhinha, bruv.
80 million. They want 80. They got rejected the 60 million. Apparently, they want 80 million. Let's see if they fess up that. I don't.
Hold on, Bayern Munich want Scott McTominay.
They were in the interest. I don't know why. I don't know how. He must have one of the best agents in the world. But
they've already got the German Scott McTominay, bro.
Yeah,
why do they want the actual McTominay, bro?
I'm just saying, innit? Too cool, innit? Doing too cool things. I don't mind.
Wow. That shit manager. I told these Chelsea fans about that shitty manager, bro, and yet he's doing shit like that, bro.
Hey, talk about your manager going after Gravenberch. Don't talk about our former one, yeah. It's all good.
Bro, this smells like a Pep Linders signing, bro. That is
now it's Linders' fault again. Linders' fault again. This is
your
manager.
No, Andrew, because I've given Linders credit for Cody Gakpo because that guy looks kind of serious. But
when it's someone you don't like, it's Linda's fault. This is ridiculous, man. It's
no,
Klopp as well.
I think Ryan Gravenberch is a baller. I don't know where the opinion changed
that
on
weak.
He's not that weak. Yes, he is that weak.
Okay.
How long have you known me? How long have you known me for? And how long have you known me screaming at Klopp and not doing anything? Like I said, Klopp is an idiot for not understanding how much power he has at the football club overall in terms of the fan base and the whole Liverpool structure. He has the most power and he doesn't do anything about it.
Let me ask George right now. George, what are you saying? Going into the season, people were saying Tottenham going to finish 8th. You're looking at Liverpool right now. Surely they're in a worse situation than you are.
No chance. I don't think Liverpool's situation is as bad as people make it out to be. I do think that Klopp, out of all coaches in the Premier League, barring Pep, is the one manager that you rely on to work with his squad. He's done that for the past 3 to 4 years when Liverpool have had injury problems and they've been playing with the likes of Milner, Fabinho, guys that their legs are completely gone. They've still made it work. Yeah, it's not been the same Liverpool team that's going to be challenging for titles and taking City to the last day to win the trophy, but it's still going to be a good Liverpool team that can push on to top 4. It's still going to be a Liverpool team that can compete in the Europa League and still give a lot of the top teams problems. I do think Ryan Gravenberch is a good signing for them. I think that they need to bolster their midfield regardless. We all know that they need a 6, but they still need numbers in the midfield. Because in the 8, like, let's be real, if you get an injury to Szoboszlai or you get an injury to McAllister, who's replacing them? You're not looking at any much good players on the bench. You got Thiago, who's unreliable. He's not played for a reason because he's just not been that good. And if I'm being quite real, I feel like he's a player that you need to get rid of as soon as possible. So Liverpool in a good position. I still personally have them finishing quite high up on the table, but I do still feel like you need a few signings. There's definitely, like, your squad is lacking that. They're just lacking just that little bit of something, that little bit extra, just to push you guys on into that 2nd, 3rd position to be up there battling with City.
What if they lose Mo Salah, guys? Surely they can't.
They ain't losing that guy, man.
I'm seeing 118 million, bro, getting offered.
Pay more.
So what's that? There's no worth. What's 118 million worth in this market for the amount of goals that he can score and assist? It's worth 200 million.
And it's late in the window. Like,
could it turn his head?
They could try. They could try. It could possibly, but Mo Salah is the kind of player that has the mentality just to keep on going. He will wants to score goals and he wants to build on his legacy. He's that kind of player. He's got that Ronaldo gene inside of him. That's why
I'd also like to think that like Mo Salah has built up a strong loyalty to the Liverpool fan base, and I don't think he'd want to leave Liverpool in a position with 1-2 days left of the window that they're gonna need a new player.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised about football players.
His legacy's already set at Liverpool. It wouldn't matter what he does now. His legacy's
it's just that leaving that sour taste in the fans' mouth.
Oh, it's the timing. It's the timing. Yeah, it's the timing.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the timing.
Yeah, I think he goes next year. He goes next year.
That's what I think. He's going to go next year.
He'll give it a go this year. Try and get you back in the Champions League or whatever. And if it doesn't work, he can leave with his head held high because he's always played well for the past 7 years. So he's always he's your best ever Premier League player. So his legacy's done.
Yeah.
No, he is your best
ever Premier League players.
He's
I think
100%. He's definitely one.
I think he surpassed Steven Gerrard in my book.
Clear,
I don't know about
he's clear of Steven Gerrard. It's not even close.
I said
he's your best ever Premier League player. He's your best. He's best. He's best. I know you guys don't light up there, but he is your best ever Premier League player.
Hey, that's a conversation for another day. By the way, Balogun did get confirmed by Monaco. That's true.
Yep.
And I think that's
good
old
signing.
news though. We kind of known that was going to happen a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's been in the works. But big up Jacobs right here for the comments. He says he prefers Liverpool because Manchester United's in for Amrabat. Are you talking about Ryan Gravenberch?
I think he just wants to leave. Honestly, I honestly just think he just wants to leave. Like, think about it.
Are Man United even in for Ryan Gravenberch?
No, I think he was the window.
They offered a 1 million loan fee. That's what they did. Offered a 1 million loan fee.
Probably.
Let Kaz jump in.
He's definitely an option. It was an option, but we've obviously clearly gone and targeted Amrabat instead of the line, which makes sense. If we got Gravenberch in and only Gravenberch, I'd be fuming.
Doesn't make sense for you to get only Gravenberch. Just that for the midfield and not sell like me.
I'm glad Liverpool going to get him.
I think that's enough on Liverpool for now. But what do you guys think about their game on this weekend? Because they play Aston Villa away. They're at home versus Aston Villa. No Van Dijk. He's potentially could be out for more than 1 week because him cussing out the referee.
I think he got fined for that. I don't think he got suspended. I think he got fined.
Bro, they haven't completed the suspension yet. They're
I
going to confirm
I just saw an extra game. That's it. It would only be an extra game. It'll make it 2
games. He got charged.
Yeah,
he'll get charged and he'll get suspended.
They saw him on camera cussing at the referee. So these things can encourage other players to do the same thing now. If he gets away with it, basically.
I don't understand. Players' emotions get out of control sometimes on the pitch. Don't get me wrong, innit? That's what football does to you, especially when decisions are going against you. So they just love trying to make example out of these big players, isn't it? That got names.
And they don't make a big deal about it before the start of the season. They don't talk about it during their meetings with the managers and captains, but they want to do it during the season.
They always protect the refs, boys. They always have to talk.
But every season when they bring in the new rules, they go to the extreme and then it tampers. It goes down.
Like,
the rest of
the people say I'm saying this because it's Van Dijk and everything. Now, if the same thing was said to Bruno or the same thing was said to, I don't know who's Arsenal's captain. I think maybe Saka or Ødegaard. I'd say they have the exact same energy. You're meant to talk about this before the start of the season, not make an example of players during the season and try and stamp your authority on these players.
Yo, guys, hijacking's on the works. Anyways, before we go into the hijacking potentially, let's talk about this. Liverpool, Aston Villa, what are you guys saying? Score predictions. I think Liverpool win. Easy.
I don't think they do. I think that this is going to be a tough one.
They're at home. They're at home. They should be beating Aston Villa at home.
The last time that a team dropped points at Anfield was Aston Villa.
Yeah,
it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy.
They drew in May against and they've got no Van Dijk. This Aston Villa's their attacking line's been firing. If you look at the start of their Premier League season, barring the Newcastle game, they've been on job. They've been scoring goals. I don't see Liverpool stopping them, man. I think it's going to be a draw. And it's going to be like a 1-1-2, man.
Yeah, I want to go. I don't know. You know what it is? It's Liverpool do this thing. They'll go batter a team, and then the next game, like they go and drop points, and it's at home as well. But
and especially if they play how they played against Burnley.
I'm gonna have to go for a Liverpool win, man. I ain't seen anything I've seen Emery great at Aston Villa's ground, but I'm looking like we do. You have to keep the energy. You don't do this thing. It's called consistency. Since we like to judge teams at the start of the season and the last few games, and everything goes up in flames. What's Aston Villa done away from home? Barely anything.
Lost 5-1 against
wait, so you're
Newcastle.
saying what did they do away from home? How
Barely
many
anything.
games? Okay, they won their last game away from home
And it
against
wasn't
Burnley.
great. And guess what? And guess what? It wasn't a great. It wasn't a great performance, and it was against a newly promoted team. I don't give a crap.
That's fine.
But George, I'll ask another question, George. When they played against a top four, a so-called top 4 team, they did get battered.
Newcastle, when Newcastle at home, first game of the season,
they got lubricated. If you want to use half up.
Bro, so what's your prediction, man? It's your team.
I think I'm going to go with what Sean C's saying. I think it might be a 2-1 win. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah,
I think Alisson's going to do a lot of work as usual because because every time we play, he ends up doing over and beyond what is expected of him, beyond the call of duty. But I still think we're going to win because it's at home. And seeing as though there's a lot of confidence within the team because of what happened in Newcastle, it might just seep in, hopefully, for Sunday. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, man.
But the only thing is, though, Aston Villa are kind of like the anti-Liverpool, the way they play. Like, if I'm thinking a Moussa Diaby up against what your line's going to be, your back line's going to be, I'm taking Moussa Diaby. Even Jacob Ramsey and against a Trent or whatever. Like, don't get me wrong, you're going to probably play your high line, and that kind of suits Watkins a little bit. It's like, how quickly can you suffocate them? Can you suffocate them as quickly as you did in the second half against Newcastle? Then yeah, cool. If not, then you might struggle a little bit just to break them down. You should have more than enough in the bank.
Mac is going to be important.
I'm just going to say this: Darwin Nunes, if he can do what he did against Newcastle and keep up the firing, the rate he was firing at in that game, he could have himself a good season, and he could be one of the main catalysts for them to win this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Liverpool always concede a goal, so I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. What are you guys saying?
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
Andrew?
I'm gonna go 3-0.
3-0. Wow.
3-0. Damn.
Yeah, and you said 1-1, right?
Because like you said,
George, you said 1-1, right?
Your defense is not
1-1. All right. Now we got to talk about your team, bro. Because I'm seeing Chelsea might be sniffing around your signing. You got to be careful. We got Skills with the super chat. Big up to you, Skills. Huh? Appreciate the super chat. And of course, super sticker, I think. But big up to you. And of course, guys, if you want to make sure your comment gets read out, the best way to do it is, of course, either be a channel member or, of course, submit a super chat. Really do appreciate the love. And also make sure you do like the video. We got 140 of you guys and 47 of you guys in the video right now. But yeah, George, I'm seeing Chelsea might be trying to sniff around Ansu Fati. Matt Law is talking about it. You got to be careful.
Let's be real. What winger is Chelsea not sniffed around? They've sniffed around here, there, and everywhere. Every winger in Europe has heard about Chelsea. They've made phone calls to every single European winger that you could find, and they've not bid for any of them. They're literally going all in for Cole Palmer right now. Last week, there was all in for Brennan Johnson. Before that, it was Bradley Barcola. Before that, name them. I don't know. Andrew knows better than me. There's always one new player every single week that comes onto Chelsea's radar, and they're all in for him. They're going to be putting in bid, and then it just goes quiet. It fizzes out.
Saying, get Brennan Johnson wrapped up because Ansu Fati doesn't want to be second choice to Brennan Johnson. Yeah,
100%. No. I 100% agree to that. For me, Ansu Fati should be our number one option here. There should be no debate between Ansu Fati and Brennan Johnson. But
Fabrizio just went here to go for Cole Palmer. So,
is it?
We're gonna talk about that right now. Then
40 million plus.
Well, I was gonna say this year. I feel like Man City didn't push Chelsea hard enough for what they know they need the player, and I know the player probably did push for it, and it is total profit. For Man City, right? But don't get me wrong, like, what's 45 million in today's market? It's nothing.
No, that's how much Brennan Johnson.
We've seen some mad prices for players that have been crap for the last few years as well. Like, you know,
how much are you asking for Brennan Johnson, Kaz? How much are you asking?
It's a very underwhelming signing, isn't it?
I wouldn't say it's underwhelming. I think he's going to ball out at Chelsea.
No, I
do. At the end of the day, you could have took them for a ride. I think.
No, but Kaz, you have to ask yourself the experience. Has he got a lot of experience, and
Doesn't matter.
It does matter, Kaz.
It does matter because adds the value.
What you mean? We just paid in total of 72 million to flipping Hoyland and that. Like, it don't matter these days.
Kaz,
everything in this window has been based off potential. All Chelsea's team is potential FC. Let's get that straight. Nothing's great in there.
Wait, Cass, out of all the players that you're talking about, Cole Palmer, as much as I appreciate him. I think he's a good player and very technically, I think for the right team, he's going to come in and he's going to bang. But if we're talking about what's actually been done on the pitch, he's got one goal.
He's got
one
nothing.
goal in the Super Cup, one goal in the charity. One goal in the community shield, and one Premier League assist in
weak argument. Seasons. Weak argument, yeah. I'm not saying, Cole Palmer is worth 45, 50 million, but at the stage,
saying that they should have pulled his leg more. How the player's not even worth.
Anthony Gordon did more.
One sec, can I finish without getting interrupted 24/7? Thanks. Cole Palmer is not 45 to 50 million rated player. If anything, he's probably a 30, 35, yeah. But he's English tax, yeah. Next, he's going to add some sort of depth that they need in Chelsea's attack, right? Lavia's done nothing. And he got called for £60 million, yeah? And that's a midfielder, not even an attacker. Chelsea need attackers. So usually you bump up the price. Weren't they quoting 60 million for Balogun, by the way? Or 70 million?
Yes.
That was because
and the final part is you're strengthening a rival, right? Potentially as well, because, that's all Chelsea are, potential FC, right? So all of that adds to the collective, I feel like 40, 45 million. Yes, it's probably the correct price at the start of a window. But at this time of the window, it's peanuts. I feel like they could have definitely got a lot more, probably 15 million more minimum.
He's not an important player though.
But then he'll be the same money as Mason Mount. And he's not on the same level.
Yeah, but Mason Mount, we got again. It was at the start of the window. Do I agree that Mason Mount was 55 million pounds? No, more like 35, 40 million. I'd have taken him for. What we got taken for a ride as we usually do. They wanted 80, we got it down to 60 in total. Yeah, crap. Cole Palmer. English at a rival at this stage in the window, 45 million is peanuts.
Or maybe City don't see Chelsea as a rival.
It's a great deal for Chelsea, and I don't think it's a massive deal for City. But
you know what I think?
They made a lot of money this window.
Sure. I think this
City sold Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus to Arsenal. They're selling their backup players to rivals. They really don't care. It's not like any of these players are They literally just brought Chelsea's best midfielder and slot him into their midfield. Of course, they're going to chuck them back something, and that's what they've done. They chucked them back a backup.
Let me just stop everyone for 1 second. Big up Jacobs for the super chat. I just want to say, bro, this is a little bit earlier what we're talking about, but yeah, why are we signing a Bayern reject on a permanent? I don't even know, bro. Liverpool, you guys are a mess right now. I don't know why.
Bro, he's part of the old regime as well, yeah. Just to let you know, the regime that Bayern fans hate.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I just want to say the reason why Cole Palmer is getting sold is to fund Nunes. They're literally doing it to fund Nunes. They're selling Cole Palmer.
Funding what? Can I tell you how? Do you know how much Man City have made in this window alone?
How much?
Let me go on my history and I'm gonna tell you everything. Yeah. Just bear with me because it's I did close it. Here we go. So this is in 2023-24. Riyad Mahrez, about 27, going up to 30 million. So let's say 30 million. Laporte about 25. James Trafford went to Burnley for about 15 million. Carlos Borges went to Ajax for about 15. Shea Charles went for about 10. Yeah. They just sold that kid Tommy thingy to Wolves. Tommy Doyle for 5 million. They just made 15 million off of what's his name? Lavia. They got from Wolfsburg, the player that they did have. They got money off of that.
Oh, Nemecha.
Yeah, they made some money off of I can't remember what his name is.
They made money off Porro as well. And Spurs.
They made like a 10 million extra. Bro, all in all, I'm trying to say they made about now Cole Palmer's gone. They made about 170 million this window. Maybe a little bit more.
Bro, is this underrated as Man City have had the best transfer window by far?
100% now. 100% now. And guess
if they get their deals done,
they'll go get another player. And I don't know who it is. They might even go they were linked to Ansu Fati recently.
That's why I told you, Egal, not to blow your load early.
You know what? I'm an idiot for questioning them.
I never told you. I told you not to blow your load early.
They've got Kovacic. They've got Kovacic, Gavardio. They got Bernardo Silva and Kyle Walker to stay. Then they got Doku, Matheus, Nunes, and all the players you just said that they sold. I think they've had the best window I've seen in a long time. It's freaking scary.
Hey, they're weaker, right? They're weaker, right?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing for the last couple of months. They've gotten weaker. And I told you Arsenal fans to stop. we haven't seen Bernardo
Bro,
Silva.
If anyone got
hold
weaker
that
right now,
rival
it looks
shirt.
like we got weaker. That's the reality.
Yes.
Yeah, but we'll get onto you lot later. We'll get onto you lot later.
But I don't. The issue with the prices. We've been quoted 50 million. They've been quoted 50 million for Brennan Johnson. We're not going to pay 50 million for Brennan Johnson. That's what Spurs are trying to negotiate right now. So
you know what? I just want to know, on a serious note, right now, what do you guys rate City's window? Their window's mad. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
maybe an 8.5, 9 out of 10.
No,
bro, this is not a 10. I don't know what a 10 is.
That's a 10 out of 10. If you consider everything all together, departures and this, and they're going to get another signing, watch. It's a 10-10 window, mate.
Until that signing comes through, I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10.
I don't think they're not weak. They're not weaker.
They degraded on quality, but don't get me wrong, when you deep it, they've degraded on quality, but when you think of areas covered, they've got more, especially if you go and get an extra one, then they've got more of a squad this year.
I don't feel like they've degraded. I don't feel like they're degraded. I feel like the squad, the dynamics just changed. The way that the players they've brought in as different profiles, like to the players that they had before. So people are going to get used to it. Obviously, it's going to be City play the same way, but they're going to be a bit more aggressive. I think the team that they've got now is a bit mixed of experienced and young players' potential, rather than just that same older like experience of the City group. I think it's going to be a dangerous City team. Might be one of the best.
Bro, are they going to do back-to-back trebles? Like, these guys don't play games, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I am panicking. My guy said Egal said they're panicking, and it's not even a week ago. A week gone. Yeah, man. That was a dumb take.
I'm most worried about Doku, bro. Pep with pace and power and skill. Oh my god, it's gonna be peak. The last player I can think of was Sane, and look how good he was. I'm actually, that is scary.
Bro, when is Man City ever gonna fall off? If this is what they're doing a year after winning a treble.
Egal, this is what you call a well-run club. One of the best-run clubs in the world.
I'm not.
They literally secured their future with Doku and possibly Matheus, Nunes, and Vardio. They brought in experience and world-class ability in Kovacic. Like, what else is there to do?
You know what, you guys, and you know what? What does Arsenal's transfer window look like right now with the Timber injury? How bad does our window look?
And the Havertz signing. I don't even know. I can't put a number on it yet. And your outgoings are poor as well. Your outgoings are poor. So,
that's what I was about to say. I feel like where Arsenal lacked heavily is your outgoings. Like a top team, the one thing a top team knows to do is to get rid of players. Xhaka. That's it. It's just Balogun and Xhaka. And they were, let's be real, Balogun wasn't even at Arsenal last season.
Tavares go to Forest on loan. Tavares on loan.
Tierney was also on loan.
Tierney on loan.
Bro, we can't sell players. We're terrible at selling players. Yeah. Like, I don't know how Chelsea sells players. I don't know how Liverpool sells players. Man United, you guys don't sell players.
We suck at selling players now.
We don't either. Tottenham, Man United, and Arsenal all keep hold of their shit players. And
since Michael Edwards, we haven't sold a player for good money.
Bro, it's peak. It's peak. And then there's the Tottenham thing yesterday. You guys getting knocked out of the cup. That must have been annoying.
Yeah. So I mean,
what happened in that game? How did you get in that situation?
I guess with that one, you have to take the manager's gonna have to take the blame for it. He made 9 changes and Fulham didn't really make that much changes. Fulham is a good Premier League side. To go to another Premier League team, a team that finished in the top half last season, and make 9 changes was already a risk. Already like a heavy risk. Played a lot of the fringe players that have never played together before in this Tottenham team under Ange, never played in the system. So Fulham just outdone us. The first half, they were better than us. They beat us to every ball. We couldn't really create much chances. And I feel like with Richarlison up top, he scored yesterday, a little header, it was cute. But again, he just doesn't have enough impact in our build-up play for us to actually find him and create enough chances. He's poor.
He's affecting everything going on at this moment. Your focal point is so bad. It's like as soon as he gets up to him, everything goes in slow motion after
everything. That. Yeah, no, literally, his hold-up play is so bad. His first touch is bad. It's just everything that gets through. And when you've got a striker line going through him, and you haven't really got 2 other players on the wing that's creating, it's going to be bad. So yesterday just wasn't a good performance all around. Second half, we turned it around. We made a few changes. Dane Scarlett come on. He tried to try out the youngsters. overall, the whole point is just that Ange just was a bit naive. He went into the game not knowing what players to use. He used far too many young players. The chemistry wasn't there. Far too many changes. And he's going to learn. He's just simply going to have to learn from this loss. We wasn't good enough. It was a lot of players that shouldn't be playing in this team that was playing. And yeah, we're going to live and learn. It's not nice to be out of the League Cup in round 2. I'm not going to lie. Of course, it's a trophy and we're out here to win every trophy we can. But hey, look, we're out. We can only move on and onto the FA Cup.
Can I ask you a question, George? Do you think your fan base has been a little bit premature about what they've been saying? So like I've been hearing best midfield, signing of the season for Maddison. Like, do you think you guys have been a little bit premature after 3 games?
I hear this stuff all the time. And what is premature? Signing of the summer, yeah, I do think that Maddison could be up there. If you talk about impact on team and you talk about a signing that's come into the team and impacted their team, Maddison is going to be up there in that conversation. Out of all the players that's come into the Premier League this season or come into a team this season,
but we're not talking.
No team has taken control of Maddison like he has. So if you talk about signing of season for him, that's obviously depends on interpretation of how you take it. But he's improved Tottenham more than any other signing would have improved their team. That's how I would look at it. With regards to best mid, I've never heard no Tottenham fan say we have the best midfield.
Oh, the football terrace. The football terrace says we have the clips.
To be fair, he said second. He said second. To be fair,
okay, second. Forgetting Man City.
Potentially.
But I wouldn't agree with that. I don't know who said that. We've got a good midfield. It's not. We still need to improve in that. Once we get Bentancur back, you'll see our true midfield three. We haven't even played our best midfield three, so I don't know where that's coming from. I personally don't think a lot of Tottenham fans are getting overhyped. There's a lot of Tottenham fans that are still predicting us to finish 7th and 8th this season. A lot of rival fans are still predicting us to finish low. Right now, for me, personally, if we can bring in another 2 players, we've got a strong team and we've got to perform. But there's nothing to be overhyped or over-exaggerated right now. You just got to take it week by week because, as you saw yesterday, there's still going to be mistakes for this team. There's still going to be step backs. And we're not going to be all plain sailing all season. We're not going to go winning every week. So you have to take it week by week, man.
Hey, can I give you some positives, George?
Go on.
So we can sit here and laugh a little bit about Tottenham, but the fact is, Fulham put out their strongest team against your weakest team, and you took them to penalties still. And Fulham are deemed to be quite a decent side this year. You still dominated in possession. Don't get me wrong, and the chances could have been a little bit better, but your forward line isn't the greatest. I think it's all down to your focal point because you did have a couple decent chances, bar the Richarlison, and you scored all the goals. Mickey van der Ven on goal, right? So that's a positive. 2, when you make that many changes, I don't think that's being naive. I think that's in a way of showing the chairman as well that we need more as well. And if it pays off, it pays off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it didn't. Because when it came down to penalties,
we've been saying places are up for grabs.
They need a striker more than ever. It's like us. We better hope Højlund bangs. Because if not, oh my word, the jury's going to be out quick. So,
yo, George, Mattis is on your case. He said a week ago, Spurs fans, had big chests. What happened?
I don't see where the chest has gone. We won on the weekend. We got our.
I'm not waffling. What do you mean? They bring back Tim Ream into the team. They've got. Don't get me wrong. Okay, Rodix in goal. They have Pellegrini and Reed as they typically do. Nunes, that their new striker of theirs. Reed always plays. Adama Traore was playing, and I know they play Kenny and attacking mid. But that's typically a Fulham first team. Don't get me wrong. No, Andres Pereira and all that. And who else?
No, Pereira played.
Yeah, no, he came on. The thing is, he came on. I know that. And they bring on Raul Jimenez. Like, bro, who are they? Like, other than Andres Pereira, none of them, Luke Harris. Don't piss me off.
You know what? These things happen and they lost on penalties, so it is laughable. But the thing is, it's more because it's Spurs and it happened in record fashion in the second round of the cup.
It's the first time we've been in the second round for 14
years. It's also
crazy,
the fact this season is probably the season where they have the least amount of pressure in terms of going into every competition.
Yeah, fine.
Because Harry Kane's gone. And now everything's like new slate, new beginnings. Let's start off completely fresh. And normally people, when they go out and try and build on something, the Carabao Cup is the perfect thing to build on. And seeing them just get knocked out after their first match is embarrassing.
It is deflating, to be fair.
It is funny. But yo, George, you're saying you haven't seen Spurs fans with holding out chest? after a couple of games?
I honestly haven't seen too much. Chest, if you're talking about after the Man United win, of course, we're going to be excited in the moment. We're going to gas United. We're going to gas our team and ban at United a bit. But no one's been gassed to say Tottenham top 3 or anything crazy. Like top 4 challenge is on. It's always going to be on until later in the season. But I generally haven't heard Tottenham fans say anything crazy this season. Like we're going to win the league or something stupid like that. Because everyone knows, like Tottenham right now, our expectation is probably around 5th or 6th, depending if we make a new signing or not. And then we can start going forward from there. But we need signings. Brennan Johnson, for me right now,
he's not ready.
He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not someone that's going to take our team to the next level. He's not someone that you buy to challenge Kulusevski on the right.
He's really not ready. Egal, he's not ready.
Are we talking about
Egal? You tell me.
Yeah, he is not ready, Egal. I've seen him. I've seen his rise.
I'm waiting for someone to convince me, man.
I've seen his rise since Lincoln City, bro. He is not ready.
Well enough, but
he's not ready.
From when I've watched him, he's very electric on that Nottingham Forest team. How he translated Tottenham, I don't know.
Zero end product, Egal. He has zero end product.
That team in his whole barely has end product.
Morgan Gibbs-White has end product.
Actually, to be fair, their striker does.
And Awoniyi as well, yeah. But both of them have end product. The big issue with Brennan Johnson is his final third IQ is not good, and he needs time. And moving to Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea now ruins his career, in my opinion.
You know what? We've already spoken about Cole Palmer going to Chelsea. Andrew, you gave your thoughts. You're like, no overreaction. But what do you guys think about Nunes going from Wolves to Man City? Do you think that's a game changer for them, or kind of underrated signing?
They're just going to pin everyone back, bro.
It's a shot signing.
If they put Kovacic, like that means Foden now gets can rest if he wants to. Like he did, he come off the bench even though he was ill and he made the difference. They get a Kovacic or a Nunes. That's if they play both of them. Good luck getting the ball. Second of all, now they can play either one and still pin you back because they don't lose the ball. They're not them sort of players. They're going to be annoying. That's all I'm going to say. They're going to be so annoying, and it's just, yeah, man. They're going to skip people's midfields like there's no tomorrow.
Bro,
you know what? Man City's poll was crazy because the player basically forced a move, and they got the guy.
Yeah, but we're talking. He's playing for Wolves. Come on, Man City come in. United come in. Arsenal, Chelsea, anyone would have come in, he would have done probably the same thing.
Let's not forget.
Premier League clubs don't usually get bullied by other Premier League clubs.
Let's not forget he didn't want to join Wolves in the first place.
Bro, they're not. He's not. They're not getting bullied. They're not. But Wolves aren't getting bullied. They're applying like £25 million on top of what they paid last year. They're paying
That's true.
So they're not really getting bullied. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
How much is the deal? 45?
55 to 60 or something like that, around 60, something like that. I think
how much did they get him for last year? 45?
Was it
47 million. Oh, when he joined, it's around about 35 million.
Wolves are in a lot of debt, by the way, and they can't sign a lot. So that's why they need to sell.
And plus, they're playing like wank as well, man.
I thought the transfer window was going to go quiet now. I'm surprised that the transfer window has gone this quick. But Man City also put in that Tommy Doyle guy in the deal.
Into the deal, for 5 million on the way back, and with a 50% sell-on clause.
So that basically made the deal happen. If they weren't going to put one of their better academy players in the deal, they weren't never going to get Matheus Nunes on a discount.
But did you see that what they put? City are putting like what a huge sell-on tax for Doyle. So
I'm looking it up right now. Here it is. This is what it says.
50. It's mad.
50% sell-on clause because they sold them for $5 million. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a 50% sell-on clause in your life?
Really?
I think it's more broad. It's more broad.
Tottenham had one with Marcus Edwards.
You had 50%.
That's why we got. Yeah, that's why we got Porro because I think we took away a heavy percentage of it, and that's why we ended up getting the deal cheaper because we sold him at first to Victoria Ferreira or something like that, and then they sold him, and we kept the sell-on clause whilst they were selling him. So once they got sold to Sporting, we still kept the sell-on clause, and we're waiting for his big move. But at the moment, it's probably only gone down to about 15 or 20.
Normally, you see the 50% sell-on clauses through like youth academies, like youth talents going from one academy to another, but not for like first team.
But City are smart. City are
smart.
Like
guys saying Edu take notes, like Edu can sell a player, let alone.
Bro, clubs should just take note, man. Look at in the last 4 to 5 seasons, all the players that Man City have sold. Angelino pops up, what's his name? The guy Eric Garcia, like Pedro Porro. Like their list goes on and on and on, and it's wild, man. It's wild.
Mental.
But that's what you're supposed to do. If you rate or don't rate the youngsters, you have to put a huge sell-on percentage or a buyback clause or a first refusal. That's what you do if you rate them.
You know what? Before we get into the PFA award stuff, I just wanted to ask George, did you have anything to say on the transfers? Because is it Brendan Johnson or is it Ansu Fati? Which one's happening?
So right now, I think it's a choice between either or. We look at the Brennan Johnson is definitely our number one target. I think that's clear. He's the man that we want. He's the man that Ange Postecoglou wants on the right side because he wants to add pace down the wing. But if we don't get him, then it's going to be a loan move for Ansu Fati, which pretty much, from what I can tell from what's been reported, is personal terms are agreed. He's happy to come to Tottenham. It's just a case of Tottenham agreeing the deal with Barcelona. But the hiccup with that one also is that he's got high wages. I think he gets paid about nearly 14 million a season. So and they want us to cover 100% of his wages. And just to comment on that one, Ansu Fati's injuries were not as bad last season. If people actually look at his injury record prior to when he had the massive injury, since then, last season wasn't hardly as bad. It was hardly near as bad injury-wise. And so I think he missed, I think it was 6 games in total. Something small like that. I don't quote me on that. I just know it was a small amount last season. So if people think he's injury-prone, that's fine. But he's still an immense talent, still a generational talent. He's a player that I would love to have in my club. Someone especially that we need down that.
He's a generational talent?
Ansu Fati.
What?
He was a generational talent, but not
they considered him a generational talent a couple of years ago.
Was big word was
still got it
anymore. Whatever.
As in like Barcelona moved on.
Generational, but ends up at Tottenham. Whatever, mate.
Bro, generational gets thrown around a lot.
Cass, name me a generational player that's come through Man United recently. What, Paul Pogba? Oh, Marcus Rashford?
Wait.
Come on, man. Let's not talk about players coming through Manchester United. Come on. Come on.
I didn't even say my team. I didn't say any players that came through my club.
No, I said your team.
You said my team. I'm the first to admit my team's been shit in the last 10 years, but generational player has come out of my team twice. Actually, more than that.
The last 10 years?
Loads of them. Not in the recent years, but George, if you want to do that.
Oh, I've got plenty of generational talents. Who are you
going to say? Harry Kane?
Harry Kane came from Arsenal.
Wait. Who?
At least I got one.
Who's your generational talent? Oh, wait. Bale? Go on. Oh, wait.
Did Bale not play for Tottenham?
Bale came from Southampton, bro.
Wait. He came to Tottenham at what age? As a teenager?
He came from Southampton. He was built up in Southampton.
He came to Tottenham as a 17-year-old.
They nurtured the talent. So I'll give him that. But Bale's not a generational talent. Whatever. Wait.
A generational talent.
Nah, don't give him that.
Modric.
You can't give them Modric?
One sec here. When we talk about generational talent, in my opinion, that means once in a generation. So I'm thinking of a 10-year span. Back then, they were bad boys.
Walker?
No, he's not a generational talent.
And Kyle Walker is not from Tottenham straight, was he?
One sec. George, this is the question. He came from my club, so I'm going to flip it. What's come out of your club ever that's a generational talent?
Who came from your club?
Wayne Rooney was a generational talent, doing that at 16, by the way.
He came from your club. He came from your club.
Everton, bro.
He came. No,
you're claiming Rooney. You're a joker, man. Let's move on to the next conversation.
Like I said about Bale, yeah, he went to Tottenham. No, he went to Tottenham and he nurtured it and he expanded.
I don't know. I don't even count Bale.
Anyways, I can go back further. Like even Ronaldo came young. Yes, he started Sporting, but we made him into what he was.
So can they count Kyle Walker?
No, but he's not a
generational.
You
never name one player that come through your academy, but that's fine.
George Best. I can keep going.
How fucking far back do you go that back? You've never seen the lad.
No, I know that. But from what I've been told from time ago, obviously, even my own dad in that club.
Kyle Walker came from Sheffield United.
The thing is,
you know what? I think this is a good way to just segue to United. And Kaz, I want to know what you think about this signing, bro. I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out.
Huh?
I don't think this signing is as bad as people are making it out.
No, it's a good panic loan. That's what I'd say. That's nothing. There's nothing more, nothing less.
So you're not against it. You're not too much for it either.
I like the player. Yeah, I like the player. the profile. I'm not going to judge Chelsea because Chelsea's a shit show mid-table club team. So obviously of last season, in fairness, so I'll judge the Brighton one because it was more recent. But even the Brighton one, he was like player of the year for them, all that I like the profile for what we're trying to play. Is he going to be special? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, he did have a crap season. And is he going to get back on his feet? Again, I don't know. He kind of reminds me of a confidence type player rather than a mentality player. So it doesn't scream amazing to me. But if you're going to tell me he's the best of a bad bunch and he's as an emergency loan, I'm taking all day long. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. If we end up getting someone like Marcus Alonso or Tagliafico, actually, I like Tagliafico. Who's the other one? There's another one. He's at Lyon. He had an awful season.
Regulon.
Yeah, Regulon. I'd be screaming, this is piss poor. But the fact is, Cucurella, I don't mind. Regular Don, you know.
Okay.
You can have him. I'm hearing you on all the
before we go any further with the United stuff, I just also want to squeeze this one in here also. Amrabat. It seems like it's going to get done. It could be a loan with an option to buy or obligation, whatever, whichever way you guys end up doing it. But Atlanta is now willing to give him to you guys on a loan. So
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina. Why did I say?
Are they willing? Are they willing? I never saw that.
Yeah, they're willing to do a loan now, but with a sale option.
Not for $2 million.
Obligation.
Yeah, that's as I said to you before off camera. That wasn't an offer. That was an insult.
That was an insult. Yeah, it was.
Like they literally said, "Here's an insult, and it's an expensive insult." You know, so you can't tell a player to wait for you, and the players can't wait to play for the team and come and everything. And he's not training. He's rejected Forest apparently, and rejected other approaches. Just to not go and grab him. That's piss poor. But I think United. I think this is their first lowball type of offer. And they can't afford to piss around for too much.
By the way, Cucurella starting tonight for Chelsea. Starting tonight.
He needs to get that fitness up for when he comes.
I know. I'm just saying. It just hopefully he doesn't. You know.
So the way I look at it is, they need to go and do the obligation. Stop pissing around or option, which I would personally do obligation. I think optional gets declined. So I think you just pay out the money, man. Just if it's a loan and obligation, fair enough, man. Even better.
I think like 5 or 7 million should be enough.
Can I just ask us
how much?
What is
5-7 million?
5 to 7 million
for a loan.
Well, I'm just saying. That's what...
No. Obligation to buy.
Oh, obligation. I thought you said.
Not for
no. Just for the loan. That was all.
Obligation would be about 25 to 30.
I'm talking about Amrabat as well. 5 million.
No. I want to buy him.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Kaz is a big fan of Amrabat. If
you're doing a loan still to buy obligation, they're still probably going to want a loan fee as well. That's what I'm saying. They're still probably going to want a loan fee.
Loan with an obligation to buy is just an extended contract.
Yeah, that's just obligation. They're not going to. People still pay the loan fees with even an obligation to buy. It's still part of the thing.
You basically signed the player.
Yeah, I just want to know. I don't think anyone thinks either of these signings are bad, Cucurella or thing. I think they're good, and especially with the limitations Man United seem to have.
I'm not sure on Cucurella.
I think Cucurella is still a baller. A year ago, he was destroying everyone on Brighton. I think if he's at Manchester United, he'll suit them better than at Chelsea. Chelsea, there's no stability, and people don't know what the hell they're doing. At least Manchester United, they could get the best out of him.
I would agree. I would agree with Kaz. I would have obviously Poch doesn't want to use him, and that's fine. But I would have been fine if he did use him, see what he could do under Poch. I would have liked to see that because Ben Chilwell, there's question marks over Chilwell. Injury prone and just general form. I would have liked to, but then he seems to be a bit smitten with Matheus as well. So there's that thing. So I think if he can get back to some type of so I don't think it's football. I think it's more personal for him last year. He got burgled when he first joined us. There was some illness as well. There was some family stuff going on. So that was all in the mixture as well. So listen, if he does well, he does well. And then we'll see what the situation is next summer, whether he wants to leave or not. So
fair enough. This is the segment where we go into the PFA Player of the Year awards and everything. Have you guys seen these? So Erling Haaland, of course, won, deservedly so, as everyone knows. But then people were really triggered by Bukayo Saka winning Young Player of the Season because they feel like it was a sympathy vote or he didn't deserve it. But the players and the managers vote for this. It's not given to them by like random. So the players and the managers voted for Bukayo Saka. And you know what? Even if people don't feel like he deserves it, I'm happy for the guy. And then there's also the team of the year. If you haven't seen it, guys, Ramsdale, Trippier, Stones, Diaz, Saliba, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Martin Odegaard, Kane at left wing with Haaland and Saka.
No offense, what the fuck is Ramsbottom doing there?
What?
Yeah, what is Ramsdale doing there? I was.
Yeah,
What is Ramsbottom doing there?
What is he doing there, bro?
Guys,
The best
I'll be honest. I think it's based off of last season's performances, and they looked at your team's performance and they said, you know what? They gave it to Ramsdale.
How is Alisson not there? If it wasn't for Alisson, Liverpool would have finished 10th, man.
I'm being
Bro,
real,
we would be
like,
where Chelsea is, man.
I'll be real. I feel like footballers generally just looked at the stats for this because
that's the rate of your negotiations.
They're just the name stats that you can just look at and you can say, oh yeah, this had a good season. This had because like you can tell the three up top were just the three highest forwards with the most like goal contributions. Being real, I'm pretty sure Saka had the highest for Arsenal, Haaland, Kane. Like it's a meaty team to be honest. I feel like you could have put a few different players in there.
You know what's funny about the PFA thing? You know what they saying that Haaland was doing in the whole thing? He was actually watching a program, a series of some sort. Like he just doesn't care.
That's because he knew he was going to win.
He doesn't care. How are you watching this? He said he was what they were asking him. What are you watching? He was watching the thing through the whole ceremony. Doesn't give a crap. That's what I like personally.
He's consistent one more in it. Look at the silver.
What do you guys think about the Bukayo Saka thing? Do you think it's a sympathy vote?
No, Saka deserves it.
No,
who
else
else deserves Young Player of the Year? He's 21 years
So
old.
people are saying Erling Haaland was nominated, so he deserves it.
Everyone forgets how young Haaland really is, though.
I don't think you should be in both. I think if Erling Haaland's in the main one, he shouldn't be in the young one.
Can't really say that though. I feel like
because there's always Bale won it. Ronaldo's done it.
But I don't like that either. I've not liked the PFA Player of the Year since they gave it to Ryan Giggs for playing like 12 games in 1 year. As a sympathy vote.
The one where Steven Gerrard should have got that. Yeah,
exactly.
That one.
So I'm not
remember that one.
And besides Ramsdale, no one else is debating anybody else because I feel like Trippier deserves it. Saliba left back is kind of weird.
Yeah,
I think they just voted the top four defenders. Yeah, I don't think they put like left back.
I suppose Ake didn't get a mention. That was all.
There wasn't many good left backs last season, to be fair. In the Premier League,
he was definitely up. He was definitely up.
I think this is the best compromise, honestly. Yeah, because think about it. Zinchenko doesn't deserve it as much as Saliba. Ake or Saliba, debatable. Stones, Diaz, pretty much nailed on. Trippier was the best right back. And then the midfield, no debate, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is 1 year where there's no debate in the midfield. And that's pretty much it, really. But Ramsdale is the one that's controversial, you guys are saying. What about Rashford not getting in? You guys think Harry Kane should be in over Rashford?
No. Rashford fell off, man, at the end of last season. Like he usually does, and blame injury every season.
Dramatically, yeah.
He got injured, yeah.
Was it only like 2 goals after the cup final or something like that?
But plus, I think like the Saliba one, they go off the best 3 attackers. So like they have 3 forwards and they pick them. They don't.
You really also can't score 30 goals in a season and not get up there.
Yeah, Harry Kane should be in there.
I think they could have changed the formation though. They could have made that 4-4-2. Just put De Bruyne on the left mid or Saka. Who gives a crap? And just leave it as it is. Or make it.
You could have put Saka next to Kevin De Bruyne.
They had Diamond or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. This whole PFA award, all them awards are always bullshit. No fans ever agree with it, but I suppose it is up to them, innit?
It's the players, isn't it? That's the problem.
And then let's get into some of these predictions now because we haven't done any of the predictions yet. Big up everyone in the comment section. Do me a favor, make sure you do like the video. We're almost an hour into the video and we got 235 of you guys. Hit that like button right now. And of course, Casual FC and Never a Foul links are in the description for Kaz and of course Andrew's channel right there. Yes. But let's continue, guys. First, we spoke about Liverpool's game. We didn't speak about Chelsea. Chelsea are playing right now, but how do you guys think they're going to do this weekend versus Nottingham Forest? What do you guys think?
Is it? Where is it? Is that
Stamford Bridge?
Walk in the park.
Chelsea should be fine. To be fair, I think
it'll be a walk in the park.
It'll be a tighter game than they think. It'll be a tighter game than I think that they believe it's going to be. But you know, this is what tests. I think this is what kind of tests Chelsea more as a club, a little bit as a team. No, not as a club, as a team. Like we saw against Luton. Now, can you put that same performance in and perfect it again against a Forest team, especially when they got big players like Awinyi and everyone else that's fit, etc., and the new signings that have come through. They can't. I don't know if they can play loan. What's his name?
Santos.
Unless they allow it.
Can. It's the parent club thing. Gives permission.
Yeah, parent club thing. So no, it'll be interesting to see. Is it Stamford Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be a good little tester for Pochettino.
It'll be close to what people may think. Yeah, I'm going for like 2-1 or something like that. I'm not going for a high scoring game. We don't score a lot anyway.
Respectable. Yeah. I think you get a clean sheet.
You know what? I think Chelsea are going to click into gear. Usually I'm one to criticize Chelsea, but to be fair, I've seen their performance versus Luton Town. I think they can do well against these teams during this good run. And Sterling playing well that last game, they might have something with that. And if Sterling can keep it up, Mal Gusto doing what he's doing in his first full start for Chelsea, I really do believe Chelsea are going to go on a little run here, win a couple games early in the season before they face some of the big teams. And if they drop off, I'll be the first person to make fun of them. But I'm telling you.
I know that. Don't worry.
It looks like they're doing good.
We know it,
It looks like they're going to do good. And you know what? Jackson scored a goal too. So hopefully he can get himself another goal this game.
Yeah, I'm glad he's
Look, I think it's going to be a
The only reason why I'm rooting for Chelsea right now is because they have fantasy assets. That's it.
This guy.
I like that. There's no shameless in that. There's no shame.
There you go. What are you guys saying on Chelsea? Because I know, Kaz, you gave 2-1.
I'm going to go for it. No, I think they win 2-0, personally.
I'm going
it's not going to be high scoring. Yeah, it's not going to be high scoring. So.
2-0.
They keep a clean sheet. What are you saying, George?
Same. I got 2-0 Chelsea, man. I think they're going to start kicking in gear real soon and just pick up a few wins.
Yeah, people don't forget to hit that.
They have to. If they don't, then there's another massive question mark all over again.
Ram, what are you saying? Jump in, bro.
It's a shame it's international.
2-0 Chelsea, man. Don't forget they've lost their captain. As in Nottingham Forest lost their club captain, Joe Worrell.
Who? What? McKenna?
No, Joe Worrell.
Oh, that's a huge plus for them. Huge plus. Worrell is garbage.
Have you seen the other centre backs? They're just as bad. So
didn't they recently just get someone in? He's hot shit. I'm glad he's not playing.
I'm not gonna lie, Cole Palmer joining Chelsea is not like something that I feel like it's an amazing signing for them. But hey, people are really excited about it.
It's just under 21 hype, Egal. Like it's potential hype.
Yeah, Chelsea.
I can't lie. He compliments Reece James and Augusto with a cutting, but it's just like, you know, when Sterling's just come into form again on the right hand side, are they gonna therefore maybe use Palmer then and Sterling over the left? Because remember, they were using Chilwell as a left winger. Yeah. So I'm looking at are they going to use him maybe as a 10 or facilitate or utilize him left, right, and in the center for Cole Palmer? Maybe I don't know yet.
What about Mudryk? They spent all that money on Mudryk for no reason.
Mudryk is shit, bro, and I think Chelsea fans are starting to realize he's a waste of money. They even tried to use him in a deal of recent for somebody, and I can't remember who. Right, but he's injured as well. To be fair, they got 9 injuries, so he's crap, man. I don't even want to give him a chance. I'll be real, it's crap.
Fair enough. Let's move on to Burnley, Tottenham. George, I'll let you start with this one since it's your team. Talk to me.
This should be a good game, man. It should be an easy win. I expect to come away with 3 points. No doubt about that in my mind. Back to business on the weekend. We're going to go back out of our strongest 11. I expect to play them off the park, and I expect to win, man. There's no doubt about that in my mind. I know they lost to Aston Villa at home on the weekend, so I expect no different from us.
What is everyone else saying? I think Burnley's a good team this year. They're not back to what they used to play back in the day.
See, I admire Burnley's attempt to play beautiful football, but I think it's also going to be their downfall, because I think they're going to get ripped apart by good teams. You saw it against Villa. They just got ripped apart on the counter quite a lot. Even Matty Cash nearly had a hat-trick, for Christ's sake, on the weekend.
All right, don't do that. He's a good player, man.
No, I'm just saying that, I think Spurs, Maddison, even when Maddison came on last night, that you can see the difference already when he comes on. The only problem is Spurs are going to have to rely on other people to score goals because Richarlison's not going to be the guy. That's the only thing. But I still see them. I think they're going to win 3-1 Spurs. So at the weekend.
Okay. I personally think Maddison is one of the best signings this season, and he's gonna carry this Spurs team for the next couple of weeks. And this game is going to be, because Spurs' defense the last 2 games has been good. I'll be interested to see if they can keep a clean sheet away from home against Burnley. I still don't know if they're able to keep clean sheets on a regular basis. They did 2 in a row. Let's see if they can keep a third. I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham win though. I just don't know if they're going to be able to keep a clean sheet. But it's going to be another good performance for them. And you know what? They're playing good football. It's just I don't know how it's going to transition in the long term. Let's see how it goes, because this is how it always starts with Tottenham with new managers. It starts off well always, and then there's a turning point. That's not even a joke. You know that's true. But
yeah,
no
pressure. Tottenham kind of scary though. I'll be real.
Yeah, they destroy Burnley usually, but it's the old Burnley, not the new one.
Wait. Where is it at? Is that Burnley?
Yeah, it's at Turf Moor.
Another one at Turf Moor. All right, yeah, all right, fair. You know what? Tottenham might struggle a little bit, but I think they get the job done. Like Bournemouth, I think you can see that. I think it'll be too much for them as well. So I wouldn't Tottenham fans shouldn't be in doubt. We shouldn't be looking at Tottenham as a club, as a football team, and we go and say, I'm going to be scared to go to Burnley and not get a result.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's an insult, like the Amrabat deal, bro. It's an insult. It's nothing.
No, just like Andrew said, man, the way Burnley are playing right now, they're trying to open up teams. Like, it's just going to be the downfall of them, because when you actually come up against the top Premier League sides that can play real football, they're going to break you down. There's just too much quality, and you're not going to be able to stop us from scoring. But like you said, Richarlison up top, so how many chances get converted?
I say again, Matty Cash nearly got a hat-trick. Bro, Matty Cash nearly got a hat-trick. That's how bad Burnley.
Richarlison is going to cost you guys more points than he wins you guys this season. That's just a fact. He's a liability. But hey, everyone has weaknesses. That's your weakness up top. Anyway, what's everyone's predictions? Kaz, what'd you go with?
I'm gonna go for another 2-0 for Tottenham.
2-0? I went 2-1 for Tottenham. Anyone going Burnley?
Nope.
No?
Nah, I've gone 2-0 as well.
4-1 Tottenham. Tottenham gonna crash them. I just see it as a high. I think Tottenham are just going to smoke them, especially after they lost in the Carabao Cup. They're going to get smoked.
All right, we got another one. Arsenal drop points to Fulham at home, but could Man City do the same? What are you guys saying?
Nope. Tim Ream, no chance, no.
Palhinha can't carry that defense.
But you know what? Man City haven't had a good. Man City didn't have a good game last game. They struggled a little bit.
So what?
Yeah, but Sheffield United put 10 men behind the ball, man. So take 11 men behind the ball.
I don't think they struggled. They just didn't finish.
You know what it is? This is because Egal drew with Fulham at their ground, and they think Fulham's going to go do something. That's all that is. He's trying to creep some doubt. No,
Fulham also beat Tottenham in the cup.
Foden's getting me 3 assists and a goal. And my FPL is back. That's all I'm saying. Needs to happen.
Egal, your team sucked that day. Doesn't mean that team was amazing or something. Just literally one player for Fulham was amazing. And that was Palhinha. That's it. That left back Robertson was shite. That right back Tete, more like a tit, was shite. The majority of their players were horse. They were poo-poo. And Palhinha was the only one that came.
I saw a second string Spurs outplay Fulham for large periods last night. So Man City a week off nearly. The final game before international break. Nah, it's 3 points.
4-0.
Yeah, I'll go.
You know what? I tried to talk you guys into it, but I did the opposite.
I'll go 3-0. I'll go 3-0.
I'm gonna go 4-1. See if they can see their goal.
But Fulham to take the lead first, right? Egal, so everyone gets excited in the Arsenal.
Yeah. Something silly like that. Fulham score a goal in 20 minutes into the game, and then Man City starts scoring 5.
It's happening.
How many times did that happen a season, Ram? When you're in Paris? Anyways, funny stuff. What? Yo, Kaz, when you guys were neck to neck with City back then, a couple of years ago under Oli, did you for once think you could win the league?
I said neck and neck. What? No.
You guys were top of the league after like 14 games.
I don't know. There was people. I remember them days. I wasn't even on YouTube or nothing, man. I knew it was going to happen. I wanted Oli. I didn't even want Oli to get the job in the first place.
Oh, okay. So,
piece of shit, man.
No, the only time that I'd hope was when they lost against Wolves in 2019-20 at the Etihad, and when they drew against West Ham. Well, sorry, they were losing 2-0 to West Ham on the second to last day of the season. That's it. They are what they are.
Fair enough. Let's go to the next topic. Brighton, Newcastle. What are you guys saying? before we go to the Arsenal-Manchester United game. Brighton,
I'm
Newcastle,
actually looking
two teams that lost on the weekend.
I'm looking forward to this game. This is going to be a really good game. I'm really going to like it. I think there's going to be a lot of football being played, and it's going to be quite end-to-end, in my opinion. I think two styles of play that wants to try to play in such a high intensity, but also play through their attacks. So I want to go 2-2. Desmond 2-2.
2-2.
See, I think Newcastle will bounce back. I think they'll pump Brighton 4-1.
I think both teams are going to concede, but I can see Brighton at home winning. So I'm going to go 2-1 Brighton.
Draw.
Yeah, same. I think it'll be a draw. I think it's going
to be. Oh no, I think it's going to be boring. I don't even know if there's going to be goals. Low scoring game for me.
Okay.
Nice. I expect it to be a stalemate though. 1-1.
I feel like I picked that one out because I think outside of the top 6, that's the next best game, like entertainment-wise. The rest of the games are kind of like Luton Town, West Ham. I feel like West Ham are back. They're going to win that game. Sheffield United, Everton. I feel like, you know what? Sheffield United played well against Man City. They might get a result versus Everton.
Everton are garbage.
Everton are shite, but they need to get relegated soon.
And then that's pretty much it. Now we're on to the big game. I feel like this game, all the pressures are on Arsenal, guys. All the pressures on Arsenal. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Of course,
all the pressures on Arsenal. We have to deliver. It's a situation where if we don't win this game, people are going to be Arteta out again. They're going to be overreacting. Kai Havertz hate has gone to the next level.
Shy Havertz, bro. Shy Havertz, man.
Bro, hey. I'm telling you, it's been peak. The last 2 days I've been doing Twitter Spaces. I haven't done Twitter Spaces in like a month because I too much people need to talk. It's just been mad. But I want to know what you guys think. I just want to know what you guys think, because for me, I'm not going to start Havertz in this game. I'm going to probably bring him off the bench. Have Odegaard, Partey, and what do you call it? Declan Rice midfield. Bring Gabriel back in. Bring Zinchenko back in, and revert back to what we were doing last season. Because I think this game we're going to be a little bit more defensive in the midfield, control the game, and hopefully our attackers can capitalize. I would maybe start Eddie Nketiah or Jesus, and I don't want to see Trossard starting up top again for a while. I really thought he was ineffective, but the concerns are visible. For people who are saying the concerns is we're not clinical. Defensively, I don't think we've been that bad. I think it's been individual errors, so we just need to stop the individual errors. But the way we're playing so good. It's just we're not finishing anything. We're not creating anything. That's
did you just say you're playing so good?
We are 90% of the games. 90% of the games we're bossing it. We're just not. We just end product.
It's not only us.
You're playing better than you did last season, or anywhere near that. Let's be real.
Honestly, we haven't gotten the goals. Last season, the difference was we got the goals.
No, but you were ripping teams apart.
Wait, Egal, do you think
ripping teams apart? We beat Bournemouth 3-0. We conceded 2 goals to Leicester that we scored 4. So it's the difference between this season and last season is 4 extra goals.
But you struggled against Nottingham Forest and you struggled against Fulham.
You know what
you almost got done by Crystal Palace.
The Nottingham Forest game was actually more shaky than the Fulham draw.
All right, let's put it like this.
That's a lot.
Last season, look, I'm not here to even discredit Arsenal, man. You got a lot of Arsenal fans that look at your stuff, and I don't want it to be negative on your part. You still got 7 points, and it's still early, innit? And you haven't blown teams away. So what happens when you start doing that? And it will click into gear. You're still there. Like my team, we're still there. We still got over the line. We're still 6 points. It's going to get better. But for you to state that you're looking good, you don't look that great when your own fans are not even convinced that you're looking that good compared to last year. All we're trying to say is you might have got your results, but the fluidity of the team isn't as sharp as what it was before, right? On that note, I'm going to compare it because you had Fulham last year. You 1-0 down to them, exactly the same thing, but you came back and shut up the game. Amazing. 1-1. And everyone's like, oh my God, man, this is Aston Villa, same situation, done the same thing. Crystal Palace, come on, man. A penalty only separated the game, and Nketiah should be getting them chances. But it's the fact that it was a limited chance rather than every other chance that you did have. Because all we're going to do is compare it from this season.
The performance versus Crystal Palace this year was less shaky. Last year we gave up way more chances.
But look at this Palace team, man. Come on, man. You have to also look at it like that. No Zaha. They only had Eze. They had the same strikers. No Elise this time around. Like they had a bit of a different attack.
You know what the real issue is? Expectations have been risen. Last season we didn't have as much expectations.
And what does that
plays a part?
When there's expectations, what comes with that? Pressure.
More
you know
pressure.
What I mean? Exactly. So that's another factor.
And also we're analyzing Arsenal's start to the season this season, comparing it to last year. Last year's start to the season was like record, bro. It was we've never done that before.
Yeah, I just feel like it's the same with us. We started off poor. So when people say like, look how crap Man United, I'm like, we were even worse last year. It's just we came back against Liverpool out of all teams, to be fair. I always like to mention that I was there in it. I loved it. It was amazing. Atmosphere was rocking. But other than that, it's kind of a similar situation, isn't it? But that's why I don't mind, because I think you're gonna be our Liverpool.
Guy, oh my God.
I do think the game is won and lost in the midfield, especially like you saw in the Tottenham game with Man United. Like their midfield was horrible, and if Arsenal put big bodies in the midfield like Partey, like Rice, and then you cooped out with Odegaard and let Odegaard play in the 10 role like he was last season, just creative freedom, I think Arsenal dominate the game. I think Arsenal win the game, and I think Arsenal smack Manchester United. But like you said, I think you're going to have issues. Last season, I pointed out all season, I was saying these goals are going to dry up, man. You haven't got a striker. You've not got a striker. You've not got someone that can score goals. And right now, that is the problem. You've got Jesus, you've got Nketiah, but you've got no one that actually is a bagsman. You've got a lot of players that contribute. And in this game, you're going to need that bagsman to turn up, because Man United, they're going to be dying for a win. This is another one of their big games at the start of the season. This is against Arsenal. They need a performance, because after the past 3 performances they've had, it's not been looking good, bruv. It's really not. So Man United need to win. I feel like they need a big performance. And just like Cass said, they know what happened last season. They sometimes like to turn up. They need a big game to sometimes wake them up. And I would be afraid of Manchester United. I wouldn't be naive and think that you're just going to roll over them. I do think that Arsenal, if you do make the wrong selection, Manchester United could take advantage of you, and they're going to open you up. So Arsenal, it's a big game for both of you guys. And I do think Arsenal are going to come out on the better side, but it is still dangerous because Man United.
You want to know something? Before the Fulham game, I was saying to myself, I'm licking my lips. I'm ready. I'm so excited to face Manchester United. We're gonna wipe the floor with them. After that Fulham game, I am still not going into this game like not the favorites, not confident. I still think we're gonna win. It's just I'm no longer gonna be saying it's gonna be like a 3-0, 4-0 battering. It's just I'm just gonna go in and say, you know what? It might be a KG 2-0 win. That's what I'm thinking at this moment in time. I'm thinking it's going to be a tight game, and it's going to just be like the difference is going to be like one penalty and a goal, a shaky goal. I don't think it's going to be an amazing game like last year where we finished 3-2 and both teams had chances to win it. The last 2 years it's been like that, but yeah, I think this time it's going to be a lot more.
I'm not going to sit here, Gal, and tell you that I think we're going to beat you, because I don't. Because our way form is pretty poor against the top side, so it's if not the worst. So I'm not going to sit here and think I'm going to beat you. Do I think there's a chance, though? Of course I do think there's a chance. Even against Tottenham, to be fair, we had the chance to bury that first half, dead and buried. The handball,
at the best time,
slapping a post and all that crap. Like we could have buried Tottenham, but they took advantage of us not scoring, and that's what they did. And that's what I feel it might be with you guys this time around. Though, what we didn't have at Tottenham, what we have now, is a fit Martial, and the striker's still a striker. He's not the worst in the world. When he's fit, he's still on it. And I can't lie, that's a game against Arsenal too. We also got Højlund on the bench, which I think kind of benefits Man United a little touch. Do I think he's going to even get 15 to 10 minutes? Probably not.
He might start knowing it's Arsenal.
I thought you were going to say Højlund, bro, not Martial.
Eriksen, now this is what I mean. If you lot want to play Havertz, though, and I don't mind putting in the Eriksen, because I'm not scared of our Havertz getting round our midfielder too. I'm thinking they're both weak. They're both bitches. Like, they don't want. The only thing is that Havertz will go in for a header, but Eriksen will just nutmeg him or something like that, and Havertz will just be doing doggy work. Now, if you put Rice there, we got no choice but to play Eriksen anyways, and it's a little bit more balanced, a little bit more pragmatic, but more controlled. That's when I feel like Rice will dominate him, especially at home. I don't think your manager's gonna put what you want. Zinchenko's had 35 minutes under his belt, so he's not match sharp in 3 games. Gabriel barely any minutes in his match belt, probably the same, if not less, not match sharp. Jesus, hardly any minutes, no match sharpness under his belt. They're gonna get tired. And this is that's why I say sometimes to you Arsenal fans, believe in the fit players right now, because that's what counts. And Nketiah loves the game against Man United, especially at the Emirates. And I'm just saying that. And I think Nketiah is going to be the one that troubles us the most. I don't care. I think now we got Wan-Bissaka here. We got Casemiro at your gaff now, Martial at your gaff now, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not scared of Martinelli. It's Saka, bruv, against the low, because the low is piss poor for me. I don't like him. Build up play at home, amazing. Away from home, don't want to hear it. That's why I'm not confident. Partey at right back is just not the way to go for me.
Oh, if Rashford's playing on the left and Partey's playing right back, it's going to be peak. He's getting cooked.
No, but it's technically not Partey as right back. It's technically Ben White is still the right back.
And he's playing
but there's space there. There's space there because Partey will leave that right back area. We all know.
The question is Rashford going to play on the wing?
Can I say another question as well? Who is your left back? Because if you're going to tell me, I'm going to fancy my chances if it's Tommy Asu.
I want Zinchenko to start that game.
I fancy Anthony either way for me personally, because last game out, Anthony was our best. Don't laugh, because we like to do form. Anthony was our best attacker last game, and he was wicked.
One game form.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I don't believe in Kivior too much. They believe him against the Fulham game. Zinchenko's not start, and Tommy Asu do not make me laugh.
You know what I would absolutely love? I would absolutely love Saliba,
It's Saliba that's the one for me, and Gabriel is just again at the Emirates. He's solid against Man United, man. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Gabriel has to start. I don't know why he's not starting.
I still think you beat us, though. I'm not going to come here and tell you I'm going to beat. I still think you beat us. I don't believe in my defense.
No, I hear that. Bro,
you got to back your team, man.
I am backing my team. I'm backing my team for a performance. If we lose on a performance at the Emirates, the second best team in the country, am I going to cry? No. Am I going to be hurt? Yes.
Fair enough. Yeah. What's everyone else's score predictions?
1-1.
Sure.
I go 2-0.
I've got 2-1 Arsenal. I think you come away with a late goal, man.
I'm going 1-1 draw, man.
Yeah,
I think it's going to end. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to go mad. I'm going to go 2-1 United. That's what I'm going to go.
2-1 United. There you go. Yeah. And you know if that happens, international.
You're getting cooked.
Oh my word! AFTV is going to be back.
It's fire. It's going to be fire.
Bro, after a draw, did you see what happened? After a draw, Saracens, my guy, he watches the channel, friend of the show, but he was going in on Kai Havertz after a draw.
Rightly so with Egal, man.
Nah, I think it's too early. I think it's too early to be writing off Kai Havertz already. That's mad.
And Shai Havertz is shit, bro.
If any of your teams signed a player, like you signed Mason Mount, bro, are your fans already writing him off, saying he's gonna flop?
I'm writing him off.
Yes.
Why do you think I'm so happy I got Soboslai instead?
Rams, let them just wait for it. It takes 3 years.
Andrew, no.
Takes 3 years.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Andrew,
do you know why? Because this is you've known me for more than 3 years. This guy was one of the main haters for Havertz, and the way he 180.
I'm not a main hater.
Yeah, you were. You were on that trade.
Here you go. We gift wrapped him for you.
I defended him at times. Same way I defended Darwin Nunes, even though I clowned him sometimes. I defended him.
When you were with me when we were corning this guy, you were with me. The Shai Havertz trade.
He wasn't scoring goals. But we're not using him that way. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here. Big up everyone who's jumped on.
Oh, you misprofiled him. Oh,
you know what? We're gonna talk about that. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and talk about that the next time. Big up everybody. Do me a favor. Check us out. We're gonna be on Never a Foul later today at 11 o'clock. Right,
10.
10?
Yeah, 10.
You changed it to 10. Okay, 10 o'clock. We're gonna be live.
No, that's tomorrow.
What?
Thursday's 11.
We're live at 11 tomorrow. At 10 today. My bad. I'm tripping. And then we're gonna be also live tomorrow for match preview at 8 o'clock. So don't forget to check us out then. But yeah, George, check him out on his TikTok. What's your TikTok again? Durag Diaries, right?
Just Durag Diaries, man.
There you go. Don't forget to check out Kaz on Never a Foul. Ram, you got your channel too. I'm gonna put
I'm gonna do a preview on that Aston Villa game, man. So I'll get that done ASAP.
There you go. And Casual FC, big up Andrew. You can check him out over there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the video. Let me know what you guys think about the predictions for the weekend. And yeah, we're out of here. Big up Elmatis, Wave, Jacob, Skills, for the super chats. You guys are all legends, and we're out of here, people. Have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful night, and I'll catch you guys on the next video tomorrow, as you guys already know what it is, and we're out of here. Peace.